My fellow Kenyans, it is with a heavy heart and a profound sense of personal loss that I make this tribute, in honor of the life of President Daniel Moi, who rested on the early hours of Tuesday, February 4, 2020. Today, as the solemn procession of the late President Moi proceeds through the streets of our nation's capital, to lie in state at Parliament buildings, we commence the final journey of a great son of Kenya, a cherished brother, a loving father, a mentor to many, a father of our nation, a champion of Pan-Africanism, and the second President of the Republic of Kenya. Fellow Kenyans, the question that we all should ask ourselves is, how does one mourn an iconic leader? A leader who spent almost his entire life in service to our nation, whose story of heroism, sacrifice and service, began in the pre-independence era. How is a man who achieved so much more than is expected in a lifetime, be celebrated? What will be a befitting send-off or national honor for a man who built Kenya, in large part by the works of his hands? A man who, together with other iconic leaders, helped shepherd our country out of the shackles of colonial rule, and into the freedom and self-determination of our modern independent state. How else can a grateful nation celebrate the life of a man whose calm and steady hand reassured a young nation and her allies, during the peaceful transition into the second administration? Fellow Kenyans, the sun has set on a truly extraordinary man. A masterful yet thoughtful leader. A suave yet firm diplomat. One who served the nation with dignity and honor. One whose wisdom and diplomatic finesse kept Kenya both relevant and neutral, even as the whole world was in the grips of the Cold War. A passing cloud that served with distinction for 24 years. A decisive and courageous commander-in-chief of formidable achievements, who chose well and always put the country first. A balanced leader who during the clamor for multipartyism, on listening to both sides, chose well, setting the stage for national rebirth through the reintroduction of multi-party politics. A tactful leader, who during the quest for a new constitutional order, listened and quietly chose what was best for the country. A visionary leader who, in 2002, when his party, and, as their candidate, lost the presidential election, left office with a gracious last word of advice to those who, thereafter, took up the heavy responsibilities he had borne for a quarter of a century.